I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold. Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. So we're going to start off as we have done quite a lot with Temmin. He was up against Hokkey from Order 66 Shrug Troopers. I just so happened to have done a roster review for a guildmate of Hokkey's, DJ Scrim. So this was quite interesting for me, just as far as seeing... just seeing how Order 66 Shrug Troopers are as a guild. So, yeah, the GP disadvantage here was quite frightening, I'll be honest. Zetas as well, you know, naturally. I got more GA Omicrons, so that was a tip in my favour, if you like. We had Rowlet disadvantage, we had Gear 12 disadvantage. I had more 6-dot mods. I was behind on the 15s, ahead on the 20s and the 25s, but the GLs were a bit of a disadvantage. So yeah, going into this, I wasn't feeling that confident, to be honest. Yeah, it was quite a frightening matchup, this. So we're going to show you how it went on, and let's just start by showing you the board. Okay, so yeah, this is the board at the start. Not too dissimilar from some of the previous boards I'd set, but one or two little changes. So let's show you the details. So first of all, when I went in, Hokkey had already taken his first battle. He'd taken out my Geos. So after that, we got the Dad Bob Boba team I've been placing, we got the Padme team, and we got the Dash team. Down south, I've switched things out a little bit. We still got the Imperial Troopers. We've got Dooku, Django Droideka, Watt, and Scout Rebel Pathfinder. We've got Gas, and we've got Darth Revan. So, yeah. Some interesting stuff there. Then if we look at Hokkey's defense, we got a bit of Bad Batch. We got some Night Sisters. We got Mon Mothma, and we got Old Republic. Down south, we got Bam. We got Jedi Master Luke. We got Bosk, and we got Darth Revan. So yeah, interesting set of defense. Now, what I will say here, I thought this would be a lot more simple than it turned out to be. So, yeah, let's show you how it went on. So first battle, we did a Jedi Master Mirror. I thought, well, let's just get this one out of the way. And I didn't really like how this had to start because I needed JKR. So I'm going to say to Hokkey straight away here, this was a very expensive team you placed. And if you felt, I mean, actually, to be honest, I know kind of what happened on his offense. I kind of know. So he didn't need gas. But honestly, I look at that and I think he must have wanted to block me with it, which I find interesting. It's like, really? You really want to go and block me that way? I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling a bit weird about it, but I'm looking at that and I'm thinking gas is a very expensive turn to place. I mean, in a JML team anyway. If you fine run Shat clones, of course, it's your prerogative, but I just look at this and I go, it was a pretty comfortable mirror. You know, I think we did lose one, I might be mistaken, but then again, though, I did have to do a match like this later on as well. Well, not later on, I'd done one before. So yeah, just as far as this one goes, it wasn't a bad battle or anything. I think we actually did get good banners in the end, at least for a mirror match. But yeah, it's one of those where even now I'm just looking at it and I'm going, was this the best strategy? Again, I'm trying not to be overly critical. Yeah, I mean, we get the ult. It's very easy when you're on offense to get the ult, I find. I mean, the only time I struggle is if I am really outsped. And I think the speed mods were in my favour, so yeah, it's... I suppose that's one thing. You know, where mods do play a part, it's okay. At least we do get that advantage. But yeah, JML's nearly gone. Again, we burned through the team very quick. It was a good battle in that sense. It's just... I feel kind of sorry because it's a very big investment that's gas down, and Yeah, I mean, I'm glad. I'd rather not be facing a gas, and I'd rather gas not being used on offense. But yeah, I don't really think it was worth it. It cost me 3 banners, but yeah. All right, so I'm speeding this up a little bit because it was a bit of a slow battle. But yeah, bounty hunters. Usually this is a clean counter for me, and it wasn't this time. So I did the things I normally do. But Finn got nuked pretty early. I'm not sure if I misplayed. It could be that I put Resistance Hero Finn in, and that kind of meddled with the counter as I normally do it. So I might start putting Resistance Trooper in just to not risk it. But I want to build the Finn bro, or the hero bros up soon enough. Dash is now 7-star on this account. Talon is the current Cantina farm, so hopefully one day soon I can work on the bros, because they do make the raid team a lot better, and also they can punch up further. They can take out higher teams than just bounty hunters. So plenty of incentive to go on that farm. It's just actually getting there. But yeah, I wasn't comfortable at this point. I didn't like being down to three toons. I mean, it was a 3v3 at this point, so it wasn't out of balance. But I mean, look there, BB-8's really squishy. And I did something that I would call a little bit kamikaze as well. I did put the stealth on everyone but BB, because I thought, worst case scenario, BB's nuked and then we've just got 2 left. But I also remember BB-8 recovers health and protection if he evades, so that was another thought. I thought maybe we can actually get some health back for him. Alright, so we did Bounty Hunters versus Darth Revan. Pretty comfortable. You can target anyone for a contract, so I went for set. We get the Annihilate, we take out Revan. Boom, gone. Alright, so at this point we're just going to start working on Bastila. We've already got a taunt, so we don't need to pop on again. So we're going to just spam some abilities here, just get Bastila quiet, get the taunt back up just so we don't lose it. This is the bit of the battle I don't like. You get stuck on Malik and it's... yeah. Retribution isn't that nice as well, because it kind of... yeah, Retribution means you've got to hit Malik if he hits you. So, not that nice. But it was better than doing a mass assist. So yeah, we're going for set. I think, why not? But again, we're kind of stuck on Malik, so this means Zam misses a turn. Plus Aura loses some banners, so a few things there I don't like. Thankfully we were able to get Bastila out, so that was pretty good. We get set out in this turn, I believe. There we go. So we're getting banners back. We can actually stall a bit, which is nice. We can just go for HK because Malik isn't taunting. We can do a mass attack, which then gives Zam a turn. So this was probably one of the cleaner bounty hunter battles I've done, in fairness. Yeah, I've got no complaints. Clean 65. I think maybe they took 1 or 2 turns, so yeah, overall very good. Now this was an experiment that went, I wouldn't say wrong, but it didn't win, so yeah, maybe you could say wrong. I thought to myself that I had tried Atbar against a BAM quite a while ago. I think I even tried it before Leia had her Omicron. And in my head I'm thinking, alright, can we actually punch up to a half decent BAM team? Now, I think the simple answer is no. Okay, so let's just get that one out of the way. I think L3 complicates things here. I think if it's just a single taunt team, maybe. But because you see that we actually tank Whistling Birds, it's not actually we're struggling for survivability. It's more that we haven't got the damage. I mean, I was hoping Biston could charge us up a little bit, but yeah, he was just a bit too squishy. Well, I say squishy, well, he didn't have that firepower. I've got Fulcrum on my favourites list. I want to work on Fulcrum. I think she could actually help in this potential scenario, in the sense that there's quite a load of buffs on offer. So she would charge up. And because her Zeta allows you to ignore defense, it could potentially help you get through the droids. But then still, I think there is another issue. I feel I need to build up bays. I don't want to be building up bays, but I think if I want to make this team work, bays is maybe not crucial, but it is important. It's a buff dispel, and I need to get rid of opposition buffs. I mean, I've got no way of controlling what they're doing. Anyway, at that point, Whistling Birds killed Atbar, so I thought it's game over. So So I backed out. I took my GG droids with Newt. This is by far not a clean counter. It is bad banners, but you can win it. You can lose it as well, so don't go in assuming you're going to win it. But yeah, you can get half-decent banners on this. Sorry, not half-decent banners, you can get a win at least. The issue is that you got Bam there, he's about to go nuclear. And B1, the Pulsar, he just takes every one of those birds. And it would be nice if you could protect B1, but the thing is, B1 just... he can't do much. So thankfully, Grievous is powerful enough to be able to take them out one by one. But it is a painful battle. Yeah, I mean, it's like here, I'm able to get some control with Magna and B2. But the thing is, in the team, or the sides of the team, there's still a lot of damage. You've got Nest, obviously, who can be a pain. You've got survivability with Queel. Al3 is just an absolute nuisance. So, in their own right, they can do some damage. So, Magna's kind of getting on. But it's B2 who's struggling. I think B2 keeps getting countered by IG-11. So, yeah, this is just painful. Look at this. We lose one. It's like, okay, we'll keep going. I mean, I think we do actually get Nest out reasonably well with Grievous. I was expecting more of a challenge from Nest, but thankfully she didn't die, or she didn't struggle to die. Yeah, here we go. So we do that. Was it the AoE that got her out? I can't remember. Yeah, it was the AoE, I think. There we go. So she got out pretty quick. And, yeah, the Al3 in this comp is nasty, I've got to admit. I feel like I've disrespected BAM teams. It's why I actually did the BAM thing at the start of the video. Because I feel like in both this account and DarthUnkei, and to an extent Crimson, I tripped up on BAM teams, and it's not necessarily that I underestimate them, but alright, maybe I did with that. I'll be hands up there, I was experimenting a bit too much. But yeah, I feel like I need to pay more attention to BAM because, yeah, it stole my banners. So yeah, okay, just moving on with the video. We got Wampa here doing things against Mothma. Honestly, this one was not a bad battle. You kind of worry because obviously Kara's got potency up potential to just keep coming back and back and back, but we got her down. It's all about just timing your hit on her. Just make sure you hit her when she hasn't got potency up. So yeah, just roar when you can. She does a basic, that should drop the potency up. If not, there we go, you can do it now. So I actually do a basic to make sure she goes. Sadly, Mothma does that. But yeah, this battle's not hard. It can look a bit dicey when Wampa's got only health. I'm going to be honest there. When it's like that and he's just got health, no protection up, it does feel a bit scary because you're like, just let me take a turn. Don't chip away at all of my health. But yeah, just for what it is, this is a very nice battle. Pretty comfortable, 68. So we're moving on. Okay, now this one, I was a dummy, and I've been talking to a guildmate pretty much just before the start of this recording, and he explained why I am a dummy. Yeah, I was assuming, and I say assuming because I didn't read it, that Kyle Katarn's unique ability granted turn meter to all Rebel Fighter allies. Yeah, I completely didn't read it. It is turn meter for himself based on Rebel Fighter allies. So yeah, I needed Kyle to be super fast and then he would have gone. But instead, I was thinking that because Kara was fast, she would gain turn meter. So yeah, like I say, I was a dummy. I did it the other day as well versus Vader, and yeah, I'm a dummy. So yeah, read kits, people. Read kits. Don't do what I do and just think you've read them. Actually read them word for word. But yeah, even though we had a bad start with Echo taking a turn, we actually get in control of this battle pretty fast. I mean, it's one of those that looks like it could get away from you just for the fact that there's a lot of good buffs on their side. You're thinking, are we actually going to get into this? You know, or are they going to claw back control? But Mothma's able to just generate so much turn meter via Half Rebel Scout and POW that once you get going, it's hard for them to get into the battle. So, yeah, this was very comfortable in the end. I mean, look at that. Even though Unter is pretty close to a turn, I'd say, I still go for Echo because I think, you know what? I'm not bothered about Unter. He can do a stealth AoE, he can do what he wants, but, yeah. It's like they do take a few turns. I'm not really bothered because all of our abilities have got cleanses. So, yeah, we go straight back out. We can just go for whoever we want. So, yeah, I was pretty happy. I think now that I've realised how Kyle works, I'm going to have to build him up anyway. I want him for Rally 5 for Star Killer. But I think I'm going to have to make sure I prioritise speed as well as offense. I had thought I could just go for offense build. But yeah, speed definitely seems the way. So yeah, live and learn. Alright, again, I fast forward entirely through this just for the simple reason that I've done this battle before, but this is the bad example. This is the one where I lose. Yeah, it's not a pretty one. I actually considered backing out there. I was thinking to myself, alright, we're going solo, this will be fine, and after 2.5 minutes we still hadn't got Karth out, so that was bad. Mission was doing a great job of just keeping me blinded, so I couldn't use the AoE. Equally, I couldn't use the other special, so yeah, this was just bad. Yeah, I've got no other words for it, just bad. Alright, so we did, we tried another one that wasn't good. Recently, I have beaten a Night Sister team like this, with this team. So I was thinking, I want to save some of my good teams. I want to, you know, make my life easy for myself. So I thought, maybe we can beat these Night Sisters with this again. And to be fair, it starts pretty well. We get Daka down twice. You know, she isn't the thickest of Dakas. So you're thinking, alright, this is possible. What I would say I did wrong is I didn't kill the zombie. I think if I'd have killed that zombie when it was down to Undying, it lost a life already, I think, then I might have been alright, because even though Asajj may have gone, the zombie would have been slower. But because I allowed the zombie to get back to normal, it sped up essentially, and it just meant I couldn't regain control of the battle. So, yeah, this is one of those live and learn scenarios. I mean, to the credit, the rebels I've picked, they do actually do some half-decent stuff. You know, I mean, I'm not saying it's a great team. I'm not saying I would use this every time against Night Sisters or anything like that, but there is potential there, especially when Wedge gains extra offense and speed when someone drops below 100% health. You know, it kind of shouts Night Sisters, that. Anyway, Bad Batch versus some Mandalorians. The only one that was Relic, I believe, was Bo-Katan. So it was a bit dicey, this. Yeah, the speeds were good on that side, so it was just about can we survive their opening. And thankfully we could. So once we get going, there's no stopping us. I mean, this is, again, Bad Batch at their best. It's very odd to add any more again. If you don't know by now, Bad Batch are pretty much one of the best banner efficient teams you can go for. I mean, when I've lost banners using Bad Batch, it's because I've either mistaken something with speeds, or I've been overconfident and there was a good reason why they weren't going to get clean banners. If you use them smart, they will get you 65s quite comfortably. Alright, so again, I was throwing stuff at this defense that I shouldn't have thrown. I'm going to be honest, because I look at this now and I'm thinking, why did I go for Boba? I think what had happened is I'd seen Boba at the top of my available characters list, and I thought, oh, Boba's here, let's do something with him. You know, it's kind of like, use what you've got. But I think in my mind I should have said, you know what, Boba's not got a full team. Maybe we don't use him on a team that's got a Wampa. Because, again, I'm thinking, well, Boba's good at Wampas. You know, he used to have a territory battle mission for it. Again, I'm completely forgetting at this point that those Wampas were probably level 85 gear 10 or something. I don't know, but yeah, I completely messed that up. And I didn't fast forward. That is rare of me. So let's just do that now. I was saying that I do go straight in with this team, so let's just fast forward a bit more. But yeah, we're going with Jedi. It's not the cleanest of battles again. I'd like it to be cleaner, let's put it like that. Actually, just saying that, did I drop banners? I think I did. Because I'm pretty sure Juhani dies, and like a dippy that I am, I forgot that Jolia got a revive. So I'm actually going to watch with curiosity now. It's either that or I used Bastila team somewhere else in this stream. No, she's still with us. I'm going to say Azra's fantastic. Yeah, I'm bigging up Ezra. I'm desperate for just brag about something. But yeah, did Juhani go in this one? I don't think she did. I tried protecting her. Yeah, we were all right. I remember we got Wampa stunned and he didn't get out and take a turn then. So yeah, that was interesting for me at least there. But yeah, oh, did I give that to... Oh, that was a waste. I should have got Juhani's banners back. Oh well. Okay, so this again was not a clean battle. I thought, all right, Night Sisters, yes, there's going to be a lot of counterattacks based on Hook's lead. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to do the AoE there because Zombie will revive. We'll get another life from Zombie. Plus, it'll ramp up the damage of Asajj, the health on Daka. So I didn't mind doing the AoE. This is where the issue comes from, and I'm kind of wishing that I put Talia in because she could cleanse those debuffs. I like something in this team. I think it's there's something to it as far as if you want to take out hooks, but I would say you need a thicker Daka than what I've got. I mean, even I'm looking and thinking 50% more damage on basics. It's quite a lot when the Night Sisters themselves aren't that sprightly. I mean, you look at that, Talzin's gone. I'm guessing Daka was dazed because she didn't gain a lot of turn meter then. Or if not dazed, something was slowing her down. I mean, there I thought, should I just try and keep going and hope they go for Zombie? But no, Kylo obviously has his AoE, so that was a bad call. And yeah, I thought to myself at this point, I would rather take what I've got because even though Hooks is still there as the leader, I don't know, I felt it was a better position as far as preload goes. So this is where we got to, desperate times. If I'm bringing out Phoenix in the Grand Arena, you know things have gone bad. And yeah, I don't really know what else to add there. I mean, I have not used this Phoenix in a very long time. A very long time. So yeah, thankfully they have got some okay mods still. They aren't well, I mean, I say okay mods, they're okay mods for a Phoenix faction anyway. So yeah, they were able to at least chip away at this. Sabine and Kanan have relics because they were the two first relics I did. Sorry, not relics, that was the wrong word, Zetas. Neither is a relic, just for a record. Yeah, Kanan's Zeta is actually quite nice. I like the ability to cleanse, plus he gains turn meter if someone attacks an ally with foresight. Simeon's is the better. Simeon's the better Zeta. You got AoE damage with staggers and exposes. It's a wonderful Zeta for this team. And I'd argue for Mandalorians, so yeah, I enjoy that one. I mean, just look at that. That's a load of debuffs. So, yeah, I'd recommend anyone doing Sabine Zeta if you're building her up for whatever reason. But yeah, just in general, this was an alright cleanup team. I wish I'd got I wish I hadn't got to this point naturally. I was making weird choices. I think time was playing a part. I was streaming this around about 11, 12 a.m. Maybe after 12 a.m. And in my head, I'm thinking I've still got to do Crimson. And I wanted to try and do JJ. For the record, we're going to show JJ's highlights because I didn't do them on stream. It was that late. So, yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, this, because I haven't even talked my thoughts through on this, by the way. At this point, I'm thinking, right, we're going to try and get the stacks on Candy. And now, Candy will not be able to kill Kylo Ren. That is a fact. I didn't expect him to take out Kylo Ren on Mast either. But the thought process was, if we can at least get hooks out, then the lead's gone. And then we can clean up with First Order. So there was a plan there. And I was actually surprised that, as you see, we did manage to get Kylo Ren unmasked out. So it doesn't look at this point, because the pair of them are doing a good job of stun locking Candy. But once we get out, Candy actually goes a little bit crazy. I mean, I really would like more Mandalorians purely because I think Candy with Beskar armor is a load of fun. Or Beskar ingots, I should call it. I mean, look at that. This is Gear 12 as well. It's not even Ratlick. So, yeah, I like Candy. I think it's a shame he came up against Kylo Ren. I think if Kylo Ren hadn't been in that Hux team, I think he could have soloed the whole lot of them. But, yeah, this is bread and butter for Kylo Ren. So, yeah, it was a bit unfortunate. Still, we got Hux and crew out, so it was clean-up worthy. So yeah, nice and simple at this point. Just pass the turn to crew, stun Kylo, and just basically keep him stun locked. So, like I say, we got through it. Again, I have not used this first order on offense in a very long time. So that's the one thing I will say about this Hokkey. If you just happen upon this video, you got me using bits of my roster I have not used for such a long time that I am actually surprised some of them have got good mods, or at least usable mods, I should say. So yeah, congratulations on that. You did make me dip into my roster. So we did clean that up, and we're going to move on to ships. So I'm just going to have a quick sip of my drink while I'm obviously faffing around during the stream. Okay, so this was a 4-star Executor. And because of that, actually, it wasn't just a 4-star Executor. I don't know what you're thinking here, Hokkey, but you didn't put Houndstooth in there. And I've got very good Rebels. Very good Rebels are very good at taking out this type of Executor. So I don't know if you were giving it to me, to be honest. I don't know if this was like a gimme, as if to say you couldn't beat my Executor, so you thought you'd just give me something my Rebels could beat. If that's the case, thank you. But yeah, I felt a little bit guilty because this was a very easy match for me. I mean, yeah, I don't want to sound cocky, but I am a little bit. This was, yeah, just if that was deliberate, i.e. you were trying to win, don't try and put that in again, please. Or at least check for good Rebels. But yeah, after that we did Negotiator versus Rebels. Again, a very comfortable counter just as far as you're going to shut down the Rebels quite quickly with days. I'm not always comfortable when I have to take my Rebels in against Negotiator because of the days, but usually I get enough turns early on to be able to get Anakin under control and then force Negotiator not to daze me. So yeah, the other way around, it's a little bit brutal. So yeah, we get Y-Wing out with Umbaran, and yeah, very comfortable win against 73. So final round, we did Chimera Geos versus First Order. Naturally, First Order ships will go like crazy because they've got a bunch of speed. So there she blows. We're going to do the AoE, try and inflict speed down on someone. And yeah, we're going to just try and nuke Silencer. So can we do it? Yes, you can. Can you tell what era I grew up in? Yeah, sorry, I distracted myself then. Yeah, Sith Fighter comes in. Has anyone ever seen a Sith Fighter come into battle and you've panicked? So sorry, I don't mean to be shady. But yeah, you just look at it and you go, we've won this. It's a bit... It's not like the cleanest thing, because obviously some facts taking a few hits, but we're not going to really struggle here in the long run. It's kind of a shame that we got healing immunity. It would have been nice to get some fact a bit healthier. But yeah, it was a clean win, so I'm not complaining. I think if you're going up against something like a finalizer, having Geos on standby is very nice. So I've got praise the previous opponent for that. He used his Geos against me, and I always remembered it because I honestly didn't think he got it in him to beat a finalizer. So I learned something that day. There's one thing you can say: you've always got to. You can always try and learn something from defeat. So that was the final battle. Let's show you the final score. So yeah, Temmin, we got lucky, I would say. 1710 to 1351. Hokkey, if by any chance you do hear about this, I would be curious what happened as far as, did you just think screw executive? Because if that's the case, I've got the full sentiment with you. I completely agree, and I will apologise for putting it down. If it wasn't for crystals and I'd had a 0-6 week, I would probably have been a bit more lenient, but I thought, yeah, I would like the crystals, so sorry. But yeah, as far as the rest, I believe that Hokkey was actually very efficient on offense. I don't think there was any trips. Unfortunately, with these final rounds, it's very tricky for me to get screenshots of all the board. But yeah, as far as I can remember, there weren't any trips, so very efficient play bar, just not wanting to take on the ships, it seems. So I'm grateful because I played very terrible on offense, I believe, but yeah, some commiserations on the loss, that's all I can really say. So Crimson here. Crimson was aiming to avoid the wooden spoon, and it was up against Blobby. Mr. Blobby? Yeah, if you're not from the UK, please tell me if you've heard of Mr. Blobby. But yeah, 2 million GP advantage on me. Thankfully only 3 GLs to my 2 instead of the 5 I've been facing recently. Quite a Zeta advantage. I've got the Omicron advantage. Relics I'm behind on. Gear 12s I'm behind on, but we have got speed advantage, so that is something. So let's show you the board. Let's show you how we were looking. Okay, so yeah, not the nicest defense I've seen, but not the worst either. Let's go into more detail. So what I put down, we've got first order down. I thought I am not doing a mirror match. So yep, I thought, right, I'm going to put my first order down. For the record, this is based on research from my opponent. I kept CLS down, although I really don't want him there long term. I'm going to try and move him soon. Bounty Hunters, they'll probably stay there for quite a bit. I haven't got plans to move them. And the Dooku team, I do like that Dooku team. I think there's something to it. I just would like to build up Dooku and Zombie a bit more to make it more menacing. Then for the South Wall, I put Gas down there. I didn't have a plan for him on offense, so I thought, let's throw him down. We've got Shakti clones. Again, I could do with putting something onto Echo and Wrecker, but that is not a priority as I'm talking. Old Republic with Nest, again, that's been down a few times lately, and so has the BAM team. BAM has become pretty much my defense mainstay. So yeah, my opponent put down Imperial Troopers, Bounty Hunters, General Grievous with Newt, and SLKR with First Order Officer instead of First Order Stormtrooper. And the South Wall, we had Night Sisters, Mon Mothma, Rey Jedi Training with Han, and Phasma. So let's show you how the battles went. So first, we went for the Mon Mothma team. And yeah, this was pretty simple, although I obviously decided to take a couple of seconds to just settle into the battle. Even watching myself back, I'm impatient. Yeah, so... Sorry, I just had a very naughty joke in my head. I feel like a big kid at times. So yeah, we get to layer out. Yeah, we go for Biggs just so he doesn't become annoying taking bonus turns. From here, we're in complete control. I think I actually did learn my lesson as well, as far as making sure that we didn't swap a turn straight away to get Palpatine back in the game. There we go, we do that. And yeah, we get a clean 65, well 75 as its first battle. So yeah, good start. So second battle, we did General Grievous with Watt versus Rey Jedi Training. I threw Watt in here just for the fact that I didn't have any plans for him on offense. I thought, well, if he's not doing anything on offense, I may as well just throw him in here just to see if we can use him. I mean, he obviously has synergy with Separatist droids, so just why not? I've never seen this counter, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, I figured it'd work. I've never seen anyone say GG's hard countered by Rey or Rey Jedi Training, but equally, I've just never played it. But for the record, it's a pretty comfortable counter. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't. To be fair, I think using Grievous in this battle is overkill. I mean, you think last round Grievous took out a Jedi Master Luke. So yeah, against Rey Jedi Training, you would expect to win. It's a bit of a shame about the banners though. The healing immunity on Magna was a bit of a bummer. I just couldn't recover that. So yeah, that sucked a bit. And R2, just for the hell of it, got a burnout, so it meant I lost a few more banners. So, yeah, 62. Anyway, moving on. Ewoks vs Imperial Troopers. I thought, you know what? I want to take everyone's favourite team, the Imps, and just show you what the Ewoks can do against them. Now, granted, I know Imps are terrible on defense, or at least supposedly. They've actually been doing okay for me on Temmin. But as far as here, I thought, you know what, I just want to just try and prove a small point. Not necessarily that Imps aren't good, because yeah, they're great, they're fantastic. But it's more a case of the same sort of logic applies to Ewoks. They just have different mechanics as far as using turn meter. They both have a turn meter train, they're both able to carry on going. It's just Imps are everyone's favourite flavour. So yeah, I feel sorry for the Ewoks at times. Yeah, 64. Alright, so next one, we did Jedi Master Kenobi versus Slacker. I was bouncing up and down between the walls, which is something I don't usually do, but I thought I won't just use the teams I know I'm going to use. So turn 1, we get rid of crew. We do have to soak up the hit from First Order. No, it's Sith Trooper. Who am I talking about? But yeah. At this point, I think, why not? Let's just go for Kylo. I mean, no reason not to. He's stuck on General Kenobi, so that's something as well. We put past Cheyenne. I really need that to phonetically spelling again. But yeah. I think my dog just barked. But yeah, we go for Carlo. Nothing's really stopping us. We're going to get our ult in a minute, so that'll recover some protection as well. So, ooh, bit of a glitch in the matrix there. I was not going to use the Force Leap on Carlo. That was massive overkill. So I thought, let's just go for Red. Red is the one who will annoy me. So we do that. He does his bunk, and we kill him. Simple as that. Again, we're going to recover some banners just by doing hello there. We're going to focus on hooks. I mean, to be honest, I do a Force Leap on Officer. That gets rid of him. And a basic on hooks to finish. Clean 65. I am loving Jedi Master Kenobi. Okay, so JKR versus GG Droids. Again, this is back on the top wall. So we've done 3 battles up there. Yeah, so again, very comfortable. This is where I wish I had one account, right? Because I would love to actually be able to do more interesting graphics for this kind of stuff, like actually showing you a wall or a team being sort of cleared on the wall, but it'd just take too much time with 4 accounts. And I know I only cover 3 in these videos, but yeah, it'd take forever. So yeah, I just look at this and I think it's a go-to counter. I use it all the time, so no one's really surprised I've done this. Newt can complicate it a little with extortion, but not by a large margin. At this point, I'm all about banner recovery. Can I just try and get some protection back on someone? The issue is that both B1 and Magna have got AoEs, so it's a teeny weeny bit tricky getting your banners back. I mean, I kind of wish I'd tried Bastille Lead. It wouldn't have really helped much, but Bastille Lead at the very least would have been protection up, so I might have to give it a go one time, spice it up. But saying that, I'm not sure that's the wisest of ideas. Saying that, 3v3 is coming back next season, so we're going to have to use Bastille Lead then, so I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, so we did drop banners. It's a bit unfortunate, but that's just how these battles go. You can't always recover the protection. 62, it's not terrible. So moving on. Geos versus Bounty Hunters. And yeah, again, this was a pretty comfortable battle. I can't say they really threaten me. I mean, they've got good relics on them, but yeah, well, I say good relics, not Boba apparently hasn't in grief, but yeah, as far as the actual team comp, or maybe Dengar, it's what I'd pick. Dengar isn't bad either, it's just I'd usually go for Django or something like that. Yeah, again though, I don't really see Bounty Hunters, at least if you've got them at this level, I don't see them as a defense team. I mean, my Bosk is Relic, my Cad is Relic, but my Grief Mando and, well, pretty much all the top tier Bounty Hunters aren't Relic. Otherwise, on this account, they'd be on offense. Because on defense, so many things can take them down. The AI doesn't really play it well, or at least I don't find it to. But yeah, even if you get like the speed button from Zam, sometimes even then it can go wrong for him. So yeah, basically I'd have them on offense, but on defense they're a team. They just do something. All right, so I'm speeding up this one because it did take a while, but Treya versus Night Sisters. I did have my imps. Obviously that could have taken this out a lot faster, but I was a bit wary. I thought if there's something on the back wall that could be a bit annoying, I would rather have the imps ready for it. So I decided to play it safe. The issue I had during this battle, Zombie was just a bit too quick. Yeah, I wouldn't say like annoying quick, but just quick enough that Zombie was able to just keep taking turns and keep blocking my Nihilus. It was a bit frustrating. So I was essentially waiting for Treya to get Isolate back, and she isn't that quick. So it's a bit frustrating because you're waiting for her to come around and get Isolate, take a turn, and yeah, in that time, it's just a slog just getting back to that turn. So thankfully we were able to get there. And once that's the case, we're able to cycle through our turns pretty quick because Zombie isn't going to keep dying off now because, you know, Zombie's just going to do nothing. So yeah, it was pretty good once it got going, but it just took a long time to get going. Shame as well about the banners, you can't really recover them. They need a protection mechanic of the Sith Triumvirate. That would make them a really great team. I mean, Sion can do it a bit, but Treya and Nihilus, they need someone like Watt to really push this up. Okay, now this is where things fell apart for me. I thought, I'm going to try 3-man in this Phasma team, because I thought, you know what, Anakin should be able to one-shot it. And yeah, I got bad luck. So there, I'm thinking, all right, this is okay. This is okay. You know, there's worse scenarios. But then, healing immunity. Yay! So, yeah. That is just painful. I mean, moving forward, I know not to do it. I know to at least take a few more in so that some of the leftover Jedi could clean up the leftover toons, but yeah, that was painful. I was really hoping Mace would have taunted as well at the time I needed him. So we did clean up. I took in Ayla and Plo would have been in that lineup. And yeah, I threw in an Old Ben and Ezra and Hoda. So it took a bit of time. This again, I've sped it up just to save you guys having to watch it. But yeah, it was a nuisance, this, because you're looking at it and you're thinking, the damage output on my side is low, but there's still enough in the team to actually get through them. It's just you've got to be patient. I mean, what actually happened here as well, which I'm just going to try and explain, my stream crashed. Well, so when I say the stream, my internet connection died. So yeah, my stream dropped. No one was watching me at this point. So yeah, I'm more distracted by that at this point. In fact, I full auto for that very reason. I'm busy clacking away at my keyboard at this point, thinking, you know what, I want to make sure people can watch me. Yeah, so thankfully it did come back on. It took about 2 minutes to actually come back on, but yeah, that was a bit of a scary moment for me because I thought, yeah, I had about 19 viewers at the time, I think, and it dropped down to single digits when I got back on. I mean, yeah, I can't complain. People still did wait, but it's a bummer. So yeah, once things were back up and running, we did Kylo versus Old Republic. To be honest, I can skip ahead with this one as well because we have done this match plenty of times. So yeah, it's a clean 69 if ever you saw one. To be honest, I need to build up my Kylo Ren on Temmin. It would make these Old Republic matches a lot more of a formality, whereas right now it feels like Nest is my best solo option. And as we saw today, she can get into a pickle pretty quick. I might have to just increase the tenacity some more just to make her a bit more durable. Anyway, this was on the back wall. We got Geos, so I thought, all right. It was a choice between throwing the imps at the Geos or at a BAM team. And I thought, well, I've got absolutely nothing left for the Geos if I go for the BAM. But at the very least, I might be able to take the BAM team out through dumb luck. So yeah, that was my thought process. It was not airtight. But yeah, this is where that Qui-Gon match cost me. Because at this point, I have lost, I wouldn't say a team, but I've lost momentum, shall we call it. I've had to clean up. I mean, old Ben and Hoda and Ezra, they were not going to beat the BAM. But again, it felt like I dropped banners where I didn't need to. So this is all I had left for BAM. And yeah, these were not going to win anything. I think that's safe to say. My only hope in this battle was that I could get Beskar ingots onto HK, and HK could just keep basicking and wrecking people. Again, this was not a... I did not go into this thinking, I am going to win this. It was like, I hope I do not die. And yeah, 20 stacks of Beskar already. I mean, we did get armor back. That was some minor achievement. I was actually curious at that point if you could increase the cooldowns of the Whistling Birds, but apparently not. It would have been a surprise. I mean, again, as well, I think you can always have an idea about what the AI thinks of your team when they've got extortion on every turn and they still don't cleanse. It's as if the AI goes, yeah, I don't care, I can cope with that. So yeah, you see all that extortion, you think, God, even the AI is not worried. I mean, it is a bad team, I'm not trying to say it isn't, but it did amuse me. It's like, come on, you're really not even worried, are you? You think, yeah, we'll get you, don't worry. So yeah, I was disappointed at this point because I'm thinking I am not getting a full clear again. And this has been the problem for Crimson this week, that I've been doing all right. I mean, again, the 2-5GL opponents, I felt like I showed my face reasonably well, considering they were tough opponents. But again, I feel like I let myself down when it came to full clearing. And this was a much closer matchup despite the GP. And yeah, again, I just couldn't get the full clear. It's disappointing, but those are the breaks. It's the kind of things that will happen when you're having a bad week. It's strange as well because I've said it before, I don't like losing. You know, and I have got the Ewok wager on this account, but yeah, I'm not as bothered as Temmin losing, surprisingly. I think it's because I know I'm not connected to GACN on here. Alright, so we got to ship, so that was a positive. We did Mal vs Negotiator. Comfortable counter. I would like to point this out because a week ago we did a battle on DarthUnkei and it was the same match. And this is the kind of thing I was trying to do on there. I was hoping that we could get Anakin down to red. He'd have Whistling Birds, not Whistling Birds, Buzz Droids, and he'd just die. That was the aim. But the turn order didn't go the way I wanted. I think we had a Soaker in the lineup that day rather than 5, so that played a part. But yeah, it was annoying that day because the strategy I use is pretty much the same every time. Get Anakin down and then let him die himself. Try and trigger his bonus turn. So it's frustrating when you've got a plan or a normal way of playing the match and it doesn't work. So yeah. It was a clean win this. We got a few debuffs on us, but we won comfortably. 69. So next match we did, what was it? Finalizer versus Radis. Again, I've not done this, but I figured, well, Finalizer's got a lot of anti-resistance synergy, so I thought, let's use it. I tried to be a bit cheeky there. I shouldn't have done it, but I thought, could we actually nuke Rose turn 1? I actually feel... I think if I'd done a basic and then done the special, I might have got rid of her earlier, but yeah, it's no big deal. We got her out in the end, it's just, it took a bit longer than I would have liked. I like how that status effect as well, the sweet spot just vanishes when she goes. It's as if the game goes, yeah, she's not here anymore, don't worry about that. So yeah, best thing I can say here is once Rose has gone, it's not, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a hard match with Rose, to be honest, but it's we're just ploughing on. The best thing I can say. I very rarely use the AoE, but I thought, why not? May as well just try and get rid of that weak resistance ship. We're going for the pilot. And yeah, just get rid of Sith Assassin. Very comfortable, very, very comfortable. 72. So, final battle. Yeah, we've got some bounty hunters. We're going to take on some rebels. I had been a dummy. I'd taken in my Geonosians versus the Negotiator. So I did need something out of left field, essentially, to take these on. I don't particularly like this lineup, even though it is almost an executor team. Under Thrawn, it's not the same. I haven't actually used Houndstooth on offense for a while as well, surprisingly. I think it's just I've just not needed him. He's mainly been in my reserves just in case I need a tank somewhere. But yeah, as far as the match goes, it's pretty comfortable. It's a bit hard to add anything, to be honest, because I don't know what my opponent was thinking as far as leaving Han out. I mean, I'm assuming they've got Han at that GP level, so it's like, did you need him with your Malevolence on offense? Again, I found it weird. It really weakened his rebels. I mean, if Han had been here, I'm pretty sure I'd have lost this because Han is just OP. Whereas instead, these were getting countered up the wazoo. I really felt sorry for that ghost at that point. I thought the AI did not do you any favours there. So yeah, it was a good match. It was a good win on ships. But yeah, we got 20 seconds left of this clip. So tell me in the comments, what do you think the final score was? Do you think Crimson avoided the wooden spoon? Let me know. Okay, we've got a couple of seconds left. I bring in Clone Sergeant for the kill. Rally 5, let's make use of it. Kaboom. Final banners on this battle, 70. Let's see the final score. Okay, Crimson lost. That BAM team did me in. I don't really know what I can add here, unfortunately. It feels at the moment like I'm always one team down. So I may need to readjust my defense to have more on offense, because right now I'm just missing one on offense. It's like, yeah, I don't really know what more I can add. I'm looking at the banners and I'm thinking if I'd cleared that zone, I could have won. So disappointing. It's the only thing I can say. I mean, I've taken Chirp to Rally 5. He's gone from Rally 2 to Rally 5 in a week, so he's had a big week as sorry, it's Chief Chirp and not Ewok Elder, if I said that. But yeah, hopefully he doesn't go to 6 and 7 this week. As much as I would like this Ewok thing to be done, I'm also trying to build up the clone Rallics, so I would prefer to get 5s to Rally 7 in the next week rather than Chief Chirper. So hopefully no more losses for next week, please. Okay, so final round for DarthUnkei. No title this week, but we could go 2-1. So we had the GP advantage, Zeta disadvantage. We did have an Omicron advantage, but as I've said in previous rounds, it's a little bit of a misleading one, that just for the fact that it's more like 4 versus 5 if you count Starkill as 3 and he's undergeared. We've got Total Rallics disadvantage, Rally 5 plus disadvantage, Gear 12 disadvantage, all marginal. 6-stop mods advantage, but then you look at the speed mods and yeah, we're not in the best shape in comparison. Then take into account it's 5 versus 6 GLs. Eek. So I did look at the GA history, I did have a plan. Let's show you how it went though. Okay, so this is the board at the start of play. And yeah, as you can see down here, we've got Lord Vader and Jedi Master Kenobi. But what were the full boards? So, my top wall, I put Kylo Ren on mast with crew, Hux, Red Trooper and First Order Officer. Then we did a variant of the Dooku team we did last round. We did Dooku, Talzin, Acolyte, Asajj and Droideka. I didn't have high hopes for that getting a hold, but I thought at the very least it might cause a bit of creative thinking. Then we got Darth Revan. So yeah, I did try Nest and Talon just for a change. If anything, I saw my opponent uses it, so I thought, let's just see how he gets on taking on his own team, essentially. Then we got the EP Mara team I did last round. So after EP Mara, down the south we had Mon Mothma. we had Bam, we had Dash, and we had Ray. So the question is, what did my opponent put down? Well, my opponent had Finn with the Bros, Poe, and R2. They had a Django team with Zam Omicron. They had Dash Omicron with Bam, IG, and Queel, and Vandal. And then, as I said, they had the Darth Revan team with Nest and Talon. Down south, 4 GLs. Rallycate JML, not the hardest comp. JMK with Padme. Then it was Rey with L3. And Lord Vader with Maul, Thrawn, Royal Guard, and Darth Vader. So yeah, this was a fun defense. And I knew he was going to go heavy on defense, so I did have a plan. I didn't know exactly what he was going to do because he has mixed things up to a degree. There are certain times when he puts certain GLs down, so I had to have in mind that there could be 5 on defense, maybe 1 on the back. So I was trying to be a little bit cautious in terms of my offense. So let's show you how we played it. So the first battle, we did SLKR versus Lord Vader. Now, the comp that you're seeing involves a Relic 9 Daka. We've also got a Relic 7 Zombie, Relic 7 Watt, and a Relic 5 First Order Stormtrooper. Now, Watt is here purely just to get that first turnout, to essentially just give the shield tech to SLKR. After that, he can die. The bonus is that we get the health pack on Daka. That is nice, but it's not mandatory. It's helpful. So after that, we're essentially just trying to get SLKR to ultimate. So it's a little bit weird. I've never done this battle. I've seen it a few times, but I've never done it. So essentially, we're just stalling. Royal Guard's got a taunt, so we're going to dispel it in a moment with SLKR. Vader can be a bit of a nuisance here, just threatening to kill everyone. There we go. No special, so we just have to basic. And I thought, can we at least try and save people for a bit? I couldn't remember offhand what part of Lord Vader's kit prevents revives. I wasn't sure if it was his ultimate or if it was just one of his abilities. So I wasn't expecting much from Daka. Yeah, the main thing I was hoping for Daka is that she would at least be able to keep her zombie alive. Well, you know what I mean. Zombie wouldn't be at low health all the time. That's what I was trying to get at. So yeah, we got our ultimate. We got 3-turn ult, so I'm happy about that. We're going to be able to put some decent damage out with this first phase. So in we go. Dak's looking a bit squishy there. Hang in there, Dak. Oh, you gotta love it, haven't you? Just look at that health building up. That's the health pack just kicking in, and boy, it looks lovely. Beautiful thing about Zombie as well, they'll keep going for the Zombie, so Maul's just drawn to her. With our ult, we're going to just keep swiping. We're going to just keep siphoning mastery from Royal Guard. And in case you haven't heard about it, Royal Guard and Lord Vader have an interesting little mechanic on, well, with versus SLKR. Essentially, Lord Vader's a bit thick. He will, when he does his ultimate, he siphons mastery from his allies. But in the case of Royal Guard, he has negative mastery at this point, as you can see by his blue status effect pointing down. So there, he is siphoning negative mastery, which is essentially decreasing his stats. So even though it's gradual, he is essentially weakening himself. So it's pretty cool, because the stronger SLKR gets, the weaker Lord Vader gets. I like it. It's kooky. I'm not sure if it's deliberate by the developers, but I do like it. I mean, I kind of wish Slacker could do more without needing Daka and Zombie, but hey, I'll take what I can get here. So yeah, it was a fun battle, this. I've not done it before, but I will probably do it again if I need to. Especially with being a Relic 9 Vader. I mean, that was one thick boy on paper. Not to mention, last round we lost to Vader with JML, so I thought, can we at least try this, see how we get on? But yeah, fun times. Vader hangs in there. I know people give him a load of stick, but he has got durability. you know, he can draw these battles out for 5 minutes if he wants to. I mean, it's a bit of a tiring battle, no matter who you use. I've not known anyone other than the bounty hunters to fly through them, and that is purely if you've got a good, if the Vader comp supports it. There are a few anti-bounty hunter teams like with Canderous in there, and yeah, I look at it and I think, if other than that, I don't think there are many that you just fly through Vader. So yeah, I find it interesting how people slag him off. But yeah, 67, I was taking it. It was a good start. So after that, we did GG Droids with Newt versus JML. This is actually a good JML comp, so it was a bit different to Crimson's last round, where it was maybe some subpar Jedi. Yeah, JKL's probably the best one out of the bunch, but Shaq's going to give Retribution, so she could be countering, be annoying. Old Ben's not going to do too much other than maybe just do a mind trick, but yeah, I was pretty comfortable going in with this because I thought at the very least these droids are pretty strong, so I knew we were going to have some good a good chance here. That was the word I was after. So yeah, I actually turned the buff condenser off at the top because I wanted to actually be able to see what buffs and debuffs were on the field, because it was quite important to make sure I knew who and who wasn't target locked. It's like it doesn't play a part at this point because I'm not going to suddenly go for old Ben just because he isn't target locked. But it is one of those things where you're looking and you're going, can we just make sure we keep everyone in good check? So yeah, like that, AoE. I do try and get some cleanses, no luck. Or some target lock, sorry. Again, I'm trying to get JML out because the thing is there is no revive in this team. There's no JKR, there's no Jolie, so if we get JML out, he is gone. So that is my priority. I do not care about the other four right now. I just want to get the Galactic Legend out. If I get him out, if something goes wrong, I can clean it up. So I look at it and I think, right, let's just get this guy down. And yeah, it takes a bit of time. He is a Galactic Legend, but he's no match for the droids. So at this point I'm thinking, right, winner, we can just plough through the leftovers. But I think it would be safe to say they put up a bit of a fight. And it's a bit annoying, to be honest. I mean, I think it was Romeo, I think, who's on my Twitch chat. It was either Romeo or Kaleri. It was someone who is on there quite often, talking about having a Relic 9 Magna Guard. And in this instance, I can understand the benefit of it. I mean, tanks anyway are getting benefits from R9, but yeah, I imagine you could survive a few more hits. And I was so disappointed at this next bit. I thought, all right, well, at least we've got B1. I thought we're going to get balanced back for B1. And yeah, between Hoda and Old Ben, they killed my B1. I was so disappointed. I mean, look at that. Last turn. So, yeah, we beat the GL without a GL, but it was probably the worst banish you can get. So, then we went with our JML versus JMK. Someone in the chat at the time was saying, hang on, put Jolie instead of Hermit. In hindsight, it may have been a good idea, but I actually do prefer this comp in general. When I'm doing Squad Arena on my Temmin account, I always use this. Well, maybe not this, I do actually put Gas in there instead of Grandmaster. But in general, I like Hermit. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Breaker Saxophone. I love it when you pop up again. But yeah, like I say, this was a good battle. But I do get the call for Jolie, because obviously it's a backup plan. If Kitty Cat gets out, Jolie can just help. The argument I have, though, is that if Kitty Cat does get out, then you're kind of stuck anyway, because, you know, for all you know, Jolie's the one who goes. And Revan is not going to save Jolie. So yeah, it's one of those where you think, if you're trying to save banners, yeah, Jolie could still go. So I look at it and I think, is it worth it? I mean, arguably in this instance it is, because I'm talking about taking out Hermit for Jolie, but yeah, as far as I know, the AI for Cat isn't coded to go for any one toon in particular. Maybe Gas, but Gas wasn't here, so yeah, I didn't feel it was worth bringing in Jolie. But yeah. I mean, even try to keep her quiet. That's the annoying thing. I thought, oh, come on, I'll increase the cooldowns. I'll try and make sure she doesn't get off and do a full sleep. But yeah, she gets out. I'm just waiting at this point. It's like, you obviously know what's going to happen, but there she goes. I will be honest, at that point I did have a little spike in my fear levels. I was thinking, okay, will I regret not bringing Jolie? Again, I do this quite regularly in Squad Arena, but it's one of those where in Squad Arena now there's very little pressure to it, and even though I used to do it when there was pressure, sometimes I could trip up. So you think, is this one of those times? And thankfully it wasn't. We did get the battle under control once JML ulted. But yeah, Kitty Cat was proving to be a pain, and there's not much more I can add there. It was just one of those battles where really you just needed to be patient. Yeah, like I say, we got through. It wasn't bad. It's just one of those where you're thinking it could have been better. So yeah, I'm just going to move on from this battle a minute. So after this, we had taken a lot of time on these 3 battles, I will point out. I think the 3 battles took about half an hour because I was deliberating team comps and what we were going to do moving forward. So this was not as quick as you're seeing it. This is where I will say there is a benefit to editing. And there was a bit of deliberation moving into the next battle as well, because we were taking on the Ray. Now, before I'd seen the board, I had planned to use gas if there was a Ray. Now, again, on paper, I thought, all right, that'll be good. But once the board was actually visible, I had a look at the mods. And I thought, hang on. I didn't feel confident with my gas. I thought, even though it's Relic 7, it was modded for offense, not defense. It was a very... it got good offensive stats, but I thought it's going to sit down fast. And that is the kind of issue with Ray. You want a fair chunk of protection. At least that's the way I'm thinking about it anyway. You want a fair chunk of protection so that gas doesn't sit down quite as quickly. Because the last thing I want is for gas to stand back up. Ray does an ultimate, say, goes back down, and then she can do a whirlwind. That's the worst case scenario for me. So I was thinking, I can't do gas. But I was reluctant to use Sith Eternal Emperor. Yeah, I didn't want to use Sith Eternal Emperor because I thought, if there's a GL at the back, I'm stuck. So I was in 2 minds. We did go in with C. And yeah, this didn't really go to plan. Someone afterwards did tell me not to use Baze. Baze here is gear 12, so I thought, alright, he's not going to tank for long, but he will at least pre-taunt. It'll give me enough time to get Armourer's Bescott off. We didn't have what, by the way, just to remind people, so that was part of the reason it was essential I got Armourer into the game. Another thing people were screaming at me in the chat was, don't get 3 stacks, just get the ingots on it. And I thought, well, yeah, it's the crit hit you want, but considering C will be on his own, I would like the counter as well, because he's not going to be regaining double protection like he would if what was there. So I thought I need to try and give him as much survivability in this match as he can get. So yeah, there was a bit of panic, like I say, from the chat. I mean, they were looking at this whirlwind, I was as well, and thinking, oh god, am I going to regret this? And thankfully Armourer did survive. So we did get the 3 ingots out, and at this point I'm feeling a bit cocky. I'm thinking, all right, see, we got there. And yeah, things didn't really pan out well. I'm going to skip forward a little bit because we might as well just get to when C was on his own. That's the way these battles always go. You always lose your sides. So yeah, at this point I've got L3 and I've got Ray Jedi Training linked. My thought process being, well, L3 is an annoying tank I want Ergon when I go kaboom. And equally, I'm thinking Ray is an annoying tank because she dodges. So let's kill them too. But yeah, things get dicey here. I think I linked the wrong one. I'm not saying that this would have won it for me, but I think it didn't help. I linked Ray thinking, all right, we can get rid of her protection, but in reality, I was probably losing a bit of viability as far as she can still crit. And then, yeah, she does her ult, and then she whirlwinds. Ouch. It's like I say, that's the back-to-back combo you don't want. It just happened to be on Sith Eternal instead of Gas. So, ironically, in a way, we took in Gas to clean up. Yeah, it was a clean clean-up, but considering the mentality of, oh, I'll take a Galactic Legend in versus a Galactic Legend instead of off-meta counters, it was painful because you're thinking, all right, if SLKR is back there, which I was expecting, then yeah, this was not going to be pleasant because we got no GL and no off-meta counter. Or at least any off-meta counters would then weaken us in other areas. So yeah, I was really not feeling positive, I'll be honest. I was thinking, oh god, let's just get this Ray down and please be no GLs. Yeah, thankfully this bit did go smoothly. I have had bad luck with Ray lately. I need to smarten up my counters. Like, it may be that I need to tweak modding on accounts because, yeah, Ray is she's a nuisance. And it all comes down to how fast she gets her ult. You know, she can go from ult to whirlwind, and with Gas that can just wreck you. So I really need to plan, well, not that I say plan around it, I need to work out how to avoid that. Yeah, thankfully Gassier stood up. So potentially could have actually survived if we'd have gone straight in with this, but who knows. So, back wall was revealed, and I can confirm there were no Galactic Legends back there. So, I had a big sigh of relief at this point. So, I thought, right, we're going to take out the next biggest team, which is Darth Revan. So I took in the Bounty Hunters. Even if I felt comfortable using Imperial Troopers versus Darth Revan, this was not the team to do it. Nest could screw that up. So, yeah, this made sense. Yeah, we took out Revan straight away. Next target was Bastila. Again, pretty comfortable. This next bit was awkward. Talon was stealth, so we couldn't go for her. And then out of Nest and Malik, you don't want to hit either of them. But you have got to hit one of them. So I thought, well, even though Nest will ramp up and potentially disrupt what you're doing as far as nicking banners, I thought at the very least she won't fear me. So yeah, we had to go for Nest. But it's kind of a stall because you're looking and you're thinking, I mean, at this point I'm checking what could remove Boss Taunt, and I thought, well, hitting Nest won't remove it. She can't counter and remove it. So I thought, all right, we're in a good place there. Although saying that, I think she could because Malik hasn't got protection. I think that might be what I was checking for. Yeah, sorry, I was underthinking that. Although saying that, no problem, removed it. So yeah, ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. Yeah, at this point, it's still a bit dicey. You know, the pair of them have been a little bit annoying. We get the cleanse, which I'm grateful for. Nest, again, just being a nuisance. So yeah, what can I say here? Again, I am struggling for things to say because at this point the battle is won. It's just trying to be efficient, trying to get as many banners as you can. So thankfully we do get Malik out. Again, Malik was my priority because I thought he's the one who's really annoying me. And yeah, I'm grateful. We did get banners back here. We got 65. We got good back-to-backs on Nest and Talon. So yeah, it was a clean battle, clean win, but you had to take your time a bit. This looks sketchy at this point, I won't lie. I thought, hang on, is Relic 7 Wampa going back the bullet? But thankfully he took a turn. Yeah, Wampa is becoming the king of that as far as frightening me. Those opening moves, there can be so many of them before Wampa takes a turn, and then you can be in the yellow and red. It looks bad. I'm so grateful when he gets protection up. I've got a lot of coffee in this still and it's cold. I feel like I'm going to have to start putting a thing on the screen saying, pause this recording and just drink your drink. But yeah, I can't really add much more here. Wampa solo against this was, I wouldn't say overkill, but it was about the only team I could throw it at. So yeah, I thought, why not Wampa? I did query it in the chat. I said, anyone notice anything here that could actually screw up the solo? And someone did suggest R2. Number Crunch does increased potency for resistance allies, so there was a potential for that if R2 got a stun. But yeah, there was no tenacity down, so as soon as they took their initial turns, it was game over for them. Another clean counter that I've been doing a lot lately, Iden versus Mon Mothma. Yeah, Mon Mothma had no chance here. Although it doesn't help that I was working out what I was doing. So, yeah, I didn't realise that when I had a sip of my drink then. Yeah, I feel like people are putting bigs in deliberately now, and I don't like it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I respect the idea that bigs can be annoying. You've built him up for JML, so you got to use him. But equally, there's a bit of me thinking, POW and HRS are better. And even though it would make this counter cleaner, and I'm a little bit biased towards that, I look and I think Biggs is just annoying. I'm half tempted to throw him in my own Mon Mothma team on defense for this sole purpose, because he can annoy. But equally, that is all he does. He annoys. He doesn't stop. So it's not worth throwing him in, but it's tempting because you think if he's annoying me, he could annoy someone else. I mean, look at that. Out of all the turns we could come back, it was Biggs. And then we get into this little cycle where Shore Trooper counters, he crits, and then Biggs takes a turn. Well, I don't even think he has to crit Biggs. I think he just had to hit Biggs. So, yeah, that was a bit frustrating. I thought if that goes on for a while, we could be here for a while. But, yeah, he got dazed, and he got wrecked. So, yeah, we recover our banners with Iden's droid ability. And I try to get an ability block, but it doesn't matter because Death Trooper sees to Biston. So yeah, 65. So next battle, please. We do Qui-Gon. We do a full Qui-Gon team against this Django team. And yeah, I wish I'd done this on Temmin, on Crimson, sorry. Just a full 5. And yeah, we didn't do the AoE because we're just holding off. We're going to wait for Qui-Gon to die. He will die. The AI, just for some reason, does not think to stall. Well, to be fair, he died on his own. And, yeah, we got lucky. No one lost banners with the rocket from Django. Foresight was up. So, yeah, Ayla got the kill. Now, this one I was warned against. The idea was we could struggle because Bam could get... I'm trying to think what the thing is. Wonder of the Foresight and put it on Vandal. So that was a concern. Especially when we didn't kill him straight away. So here I'm thinking, all right, what can we do? Because obviously we're dazed. 3PO and Chewie and Chewbacca have been dazed, so again, a little bit of an issue. But yeah, my main priority here is Bam. I'm thinking we need to get that fella under control, and it didn't help he got a cleanse. You know, it's like, IG, did you really have to cleanse? I thought, can we remove turn meter? No. Can we just get him out with an AoE? No. CLS pays a price. But what I will say, despite how rough that looked, we do still win. If you give me that choice, I would take it. I think, all right, it's not great banners, but if we can still get the 5 out with the 4 left, I will pay a CLS to get 5 tunes out. So, yeah, that, again, it's not banner efficient, but I don't mind that. I think, all right, we got through it. Credit, by the way, for the comp, though, because it was annoying. It makes sense. Bam, IG, Queel are a great trio, and then throw in Dash Lead, and yeah, it's just an annoying thing to deal with. So, yeah, I'm not knocking it. Good theory crafting. Or I'm sure it's been used by other people, but still, I appreciate it. Okay, so backwall. I threw my imps at this. Essentially, I knew Sith Marauder was in that team, and I have faced Sith Marauders before, and I have disliked trying to take them down. At least when they're under Darth Maul, because Marauder just gains a ton of defense. It is filthy. So I thought, you know what? I am just not going anywhere near that with a weak team. I thought I'm going to make sure I overkill it. So, yeah. We do okay. We get a bit of... well, we could have done a bit better there, I'll be blunt. We should have... I shouldn't have done that, I should have done a basic, but thankfully Sidious doesn't pose a problem. When does he? But this is the bit that kind of hurt me live. That one, not so bad. It's the next one. Dodge. So, alright, we get a dodge. It's not unheard of. So, AoE, resisted. So you think, alright, that ain't good. Dodge. Dodge. I'm thinking, God, is this an Executor match? So I'm beginning to think, oh God, is Marauder going to trip me up here as well? But no, he just wanted to be annoying. I mean, Darth Maul Lead was doing his job, I suppose. Another dodge. So yeah, I was getting concerned. I thought, don't take forever, Marauder. I do want to do my other accounts tonight. So yeah, we got 64, but it was more messy than it should have been. Now this one, I could have sworn this was a hard counter to crew. Again, I'm most likely wrong, but yeah, I could have sworn the Resistance Bros were hard counters, but I got floored here. Maybe it's the mods. Maybe this Resistance team needs remodding, but yeah, I could have sworn this was a counter. So yeah, I can't really say much. It's like I thought and I thought wrong. So yeah, just enjoy watching me get floored, I guess, because that's what they do. They absolutely floor me. I mean, I've got no defense. I just misplayed. I wish I could say something more insightful, but really, this crew team was just good. Yeah, I mean, the worst bit is the next team I go in with made a lot more sense. It's just I didn't think of it for some reason. I think Ray again was at the top of my character list, and I was thinking, oh, Ray makes sense. And then I just didn't think, but shall we have a look down the list and just see if something makes a bit more sense? I mean, yeah, this drags out a lot more than it should have done as well, because you can see they're raising the yellow. At this point, I should have been thinking, you know what, back out. And I only decided to do it now, pretty much when I'd lost everyone. Or at least I'd lost Ray and therefore lost a leader. So yeah, I took the triumphant with Vader in and Marauder. And why I didn't do this to begin with, I don't know, because this was a lot more comfortable. I mean, I will grant you, it was, how do I phrase it? It was maybe still a drawn-out battle, just for the fact that obviously Crew's there, he's a bit tanky, but by comparison to that Ray team, this was night and day performances. I feel like I'm not getting the best out of my Marauder here, though, because whenever I'm using him, he seems to be hitting like a wet noodle. I mean, I know he's not one out there, but I've seen Marauders hit for high numbers, and then this one here is just not cutting it. Again, maybe it's mods. I need to check it, but I don't know. It's just something that I'm not overly impressed with yet. And I just know Marauders can really hit for higher damage. So again, maybe it's just it needs tweaking, but I have not had time to sort the mods out here. But yeah, there's no real problem with this battle. I mean, we're essentially timing out for Nihilus to annihilate one of them. It would be Crew, because Crew's the tankier of the two. And yeah, we can just keep siphoning off the pair of them because, you know, well, Kylo's got buffs, they've both got debuffs, so yeah, we can just keep taking advantage of that. But yeah, not a lot more I can add, really. I mean, Kylo gets a bit strong with the... Oh, saying that, we didn't even need to annihilate Kylo Ren. Vader just nuked him. So yeah, this is a very clean counter in the end. I mean, it makes it more annoying I didn't think of it in the first place. I think sometimes the issue with this account has been I've got my own accounts, or at least the accounts I've started in my head. It's like the best triumphant I've got is on Crimson, and that's 12 on Traya and Relic 1 on Scion, 12 on Nihilus. So I don't instinctively think of them because for me they are one of my lesser teams. But yeah, they're all Relic, so I can afford to take more risks with them. I just need to realise it. Anyway, ships. We had an Executor, of course, so we took in Finalizer. A bit interesting with IG-2000 being the starting lineup because I haven't faced many of those. There was someone in my shard on Crimson who used to do it, but they've switched to Xanadu Blood, I believe. Yeah, so first check, I always think, do we survive the AoE? We did, good. So I thought, next thing, let's go for RG2000, because normally you'd be going for Razor Crest in this scenario, because obviously you don't go for Houndstooth, you can't kill it, and Xandu's usually stealthing. So I thought, let's go for the one that shouldn't be here. So I was debating, do we basic or kill it? We killed it. So again, my turn was a bit out here compared to a normal match, because I'm thinking, all right, well, normally I'd be trying to get rid of the taunt, or prevent the taunt, but it's already there. So I'm thinking, well, what do I do? So I bought Plow in, and then we were able to get rid of the taunt. So again, this is why I advise bringing Plow in. He can make executive matches a lot smoother. I mean, you still need or you still benefit from having Ebon Orc, but I think Plow is like an unsung hero in this comp. So yeah, at this point I'm thinking, all right, we've got Retribution on their side. That is not pretty, because any counters will hurt us quite badly. So I thought, well, Houndstooth isn't going to taunt for a bit, so let's just get rid of the Retribution off Xandu Blood and get rid of Xandu Blood. And don't forget, every time we do a crit hit on our side, Echelon heals up. So yeah. Ooh, that was unlucky though. Whew. I really don't like this fleet. I've said it so often, but it is one of the worst things CG have brought out. I mean, I respect the animation for the Death Star, that was cool, but even if it just didn't have the dodge chance, I'd like it more, because there are things in it that are okay, but the dodge chance just means there's so much RNG in every battle. Anyway, I could go on about that. So yeah, I don't even think about Ebon Orc with me this time, because I thought, well, I probably won't need it. And besides, I thought if I need a clean up, Malevolence would benefit. So yeah, that was... It wasn't a hard battle in the end. I mean, yeah, I'm just watching where we are. We've obviously in a bit of a risk here, you know. I mean, I do think we get a good hit on Houndstooth here. Yeah, we actually get it out, very nice. And yeah, we were able to just heal up a bit with Tire Silencer. We were able to grant Silencer another turn as well. Whenever you get Mark on Silencer, always try and give it as many turns as you can, as fast as you can. That way you can hopefully get rid of the Mark in time. It's risky, but it's the best way I find to keep it alive. So we got a lucky dodge there from Silencer. Command Shuttle wasn't as lucky, but thankfully we still got the win. But 62 banners, I will still take that. So we go Negotiator versus Empire. I mean, Second Sister in reinforcements could be an issue if it's there, but besides that, it's not the worst counter. We go for the Bomber, just for the simple reason the Bomber's the annoying one, so we get rid of it. I did say it last time, I find it interesting that they actually created a Bomber that you want to take out first. You know, any other fleet you like, we'll dance around the Bomber, we'll go for the key target, whereas this one, it's like, yeah, get rid of the Bomber. So yeah, I was enjoying myself at this point. It's like, okay, we've got target locks, we can hit the Bomber and hit the Sith Bomber. So yeah, I'm having fun. I'm going to have a sip of my drink again. I'm really trying to caffeinate up today. That's probably my 5th cup of coffee. I don't normally have that many, especially at this time of night. Alright, so yeah, the Bomber's down. We've got Ahsoka in our reserves, so we're going to bring her in. We're going to dispel all the buffs on Emperor Shuttle, and we're going to use it to take out Vader. Bye-bye, Vade. So, yeah, at this point, it's just cleaning up. I mean, this is the downside to putting Plow with Executor. I did say it during the stream, though. If you say to me you have a choice of getting better banners with the Negotiator, but losing a Executor match, or having a higher chance of winning Executor matches but getting poorer banners on Negotiator, I will choose the Executor benefit every time. Because, yeah, I'm finding having Plow in there increases my win rate. I'm not saying it's a cert, just for the fact that I would say I'm still getting nuked a couple of times. But, well, I say nuked, the first turn I'm getting nuked. But, yeah, by and large, I'm finding Plow really helps out just because Slave 1 doesn't come in so early. So yeah, from here, we're going to do the AoE. Very rarely do that early on, but I thought, let's get rid of all that foresight. Arguably, not the one to go for Resistance Pilot. We could have probably gone for Ray's Falcon, but yeah, that was a bit painful, I won't lie. So I thought at this point we'll bring Spy in. No real difference between the two targets, so I thought let's just get rid of one of the ships. The one with Daze seemed the wise target. Rose comes in, bit annoying. May as well go for Poe though. Bring in another Vulture, why not? And yeah, this is a clean battle again. Not much more I can say. I mean, obviously Radis can beat Malevolence, or it used to be able to. I don't know if there's been some changes that make it harder now. But yeah, I look at it and I actually think this is a clean enough battle. You know, granted we'll lose some fact, but his job's there to taunt. You know, you can't be too hard on him for doing his job like that. So yeah, Rose again doesn't do a lot here. I mean, I think we need to see more bigger Roses. We need to see 7-star Star Fortresses, because right now you've got these like baby ones and they aren't doing a lot. But then again though, arguably the ship is lesser than what the Echelon is to First Order, so maybe there isn't much more to it. Anyway, that is the final one for DarthUnkei, so let's see what the final score was. Okay, we've got DarthUnkei's final result, and we got the win. Now, this was something that the Twitch viewers saw live, so if you haven't already, follow me on Twitch, you might be able to see some scores live. Final score 1746 to 1536, and essentially I duped my opponent, I think. My opponent did pretty much one-shot everything except for Jedi Master Kenobi. And yeah, I think they were expecting something different at the back. So when you think they had SLKR and Sith Eternal Emperor for offense, neither of them were really suited to countering Jedi Master Kenobi. So I'm quite glad. You know, I think I did my job well. I set a tough defense, and I think as well putting Rey on the front wall, it might have just drawn out one of those two GLs, because I would guess you thought, all right, you've put a GL down, I'll use one of mine. And even if they were expecting one at the back, maybe they thought, yeah, they'll probably have Kenobi on offense. So I'm reveling in this one. I thought, all right, I placed a good defense, so I'm just basking in that good decision for now. But I'm sure I'll get wrecked at some point next week, and I'll think, why did I set that defense? So I'm just enjoying this moment. Okay, so we have got one more thing to show, and that is JJ/ I Need to Relic Sabine. And this is simply because I didn't stream it. It was about Half-1 when the stream ended, and I was not willing to do 15 moments of JJ. But as you're about to see, maybe I could have afforded to just have a quick look. So let's just show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to play what happened. And yeah, this was the front wall I faced. We got gas down the bottom with General Grievous. My gas was on defense. There was also a Supreme Leader Kylo up north. So yeah, I am hiding my face cam because I wasn't really looking my best at this point. I'd kind of turned the lights off and everything, but I can see my face, and it was full of, I would say, shock and disgust, as if to say, really, you stonewall me like this. So yeah, as you can see, I was going fast forward then, but I can't be bothered. We did Bad Batch against General Grievous. I think, why not? I'm going to use my Bad Batch. I love my Bad Batch. I've taken tech up to Relic 2 in the time since this recording. So yeah, I've got 2 Relic Bad Batch now. And I will get the main 4 up for Lord Vader. I will also do Omega. I love this team. I cannot say it enough. But yeah, they made cheap work of Grievous. It's probably one of the safest counters too, Grievous, if I'm going to be honest. Probably Wampa is the only thing that's better right now, or maybe Slacker. So yeah, I was just having fun. I thought, you know what, you're going to stonewall me. I'm going to at least have fun. I'm going to just use my Bad Batch. I'm going to beat your Grievous. And yeah, that's about all I'm going to do, because yeah, I got nothing left. I got no counters at all. I will show you what I actually did, because we can obviously skip through this bit. So I did go for the next team. I actually checked, he did have a very fast Rex as well. It wasn't like a cheap and nasty one. Oh, that was it. I did try and take out the Padme on the North Wall. I thought, can I at least nick some banners there? And I am going to skip forward a little bit. Sorry about the keyboard clacking, folks. But yeah, I thought I'll mark Anakin. I'll do the usual thing. And yeah, this Anakin was a thick boy. Relic 5, but yeah, he may as well have been Relic 10 for how thick he was for my Yoda at Gear 12. So yeah, just look at that. And Jolie goes, and yeah, I'm already on the retreat button. So I thought, you know what, I will just throw General Grievous at Gas. I know it won't work because Gas is a hard counter to General Grievous, but I thought, you know what, I will just throw it because I've got a big team and I may as well use it. So spoiler alert, I lost. I thought, could we at least get 5s out? Could I claim some moral victory? But no, Droideca's charge was not charged up high enough. And yeah, it goes downhill very, very quickly. B1 goes, I don't even get gas down. Or do I? I don't think I get gas down. Nope. So, yeah. I've just seen my face and I looked absolutely peed off. I would have put it on, but I don't really want to show myself in how I was looking at night. So yeah, let's pause that. Let's go here. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, folks. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And if you're enjoying this format for the GA videos, please let me know, because as things stand, I am tempted to revert to the previous format of just cutting the Twitch VODs, because it takes me about an hour to record this, and then we're talking of time around to edit it. It can take up a lot of time in between the Grand Arena rounds. So I would like to at least know people are enjoying it if I'm to continue. So please do let me know. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone.